Hi, very good evening students. My name is Bhavana and our subject is foreign trade. This is for the BCom students for first year in first semester for general students only. Previous class we discussed what are the common markets. Now our topic is economic union. What is the economic union? It is the extension of the common markets. Let's see here. A common union is a type of trade bloc. What is the trade bloc? Trade bloc means geographically those countries who are geographically close to each other and also they follow the similar policies for exchanging of goods and services. They come together, they form an union. We can say it is a trade bloc for exchanging of goods and services, reducing the restrictions. An economic union is a type of trade bloc. It is also one type of trade bloc which is composed of a common market with a customs union. It is also one type of a trade bloc which is composed of a means equal to of a common market with a customs union. When compared to customs union, next common market, next European Union means here step by step the restrictions can be decreased. The participant countries, who are the participant countries, who are the member countries together to form an union for exchanging of goods and services, we can say they are the participating countries. The participating countries have common policies. They prepared their common policy for exchanging the goods and services, labor, equipment, technology, etc. The participating countries have common policies on product regulation, freedom of movement of goods and services, and factors of production, and a common external trade policy. Those who countries form an union, we can say the countries are called participating countries, and these countries have the common trade policy for exchanging the goods, not only goods, for exchange the labor, for exchange technology or whatever may be. They frame the common policies. And freedom, and there is a freedom for movement of goods. Movement means exchanging from one country to another country. The exchanging of goods and services also there is a freedom. Like non-participating countries have, there are so many restrictions. We have to form so many forms and we have to take permission. But those countries who are come together to form a common union, they don't have to follow these common policies and factors of production and a common external policy. And these participating countries have a external trade policy, means they form one rules and regulations that are the trade policies. An economic union is a type of trade bloc. It is a one type of trade bloc which is composed of common market with a customs union. According to the common market and customs union, it is an extension. And the participating countries have common policies, and those who countries have participated together, they have the common policies and product regulation, freedom and movement of goods and services, and factors of production, and a common external, and it is a common external trade policy. Economic union satisfies the conditions of common market and achieves some degrees of harmonization of economic policies. Already we discussed it is an extension of the common market. So economic union satisfies the conditions. These economic union satisfies those conditions already in common market. In common market already we see there are different conditions. For that conditions we have to be satisfied. Then only we can form a economic union. And achieve some degree of harmonization. Harmonization means equal rules and regulations. Each and every country have to follow these rules and regulations, means every country have to benefited equally. There is no partiality between the participating countries. While the European Union is formed after the satisfaction of common market rules and regulations, then there is a harmonization, means there is a balance of each and every country have to follow the same rules and regulations of economic policies. This is about the European Union. What is an European Union? It is also one type of trade bloc. Trade bloc means some countries, those are geographically close to each other and they follow the similar principles for exchanging of goods and services. These countries voluntarily come together to form an union for exchanging of goods and services, for reducing their tariffs. Tariffs means taxes. We know that there are different types of taxes. There are sales tax, customs duty, these type of taxes. So we have to reduce these type of taxes, then our product get at very reasonable price and best quality. For that some countries voluntarily come together and form an union. We can say these are trade bloc. There are different types of trade bloc. Already we discussed customs union, they are the common market, and it is an extension of European Union, which is composed of a common market with a customs union. The participant countries, those who are participant countries have common policies. They have to follow the common policies and product regulation. While regulating the product means while producing the product also they have to follow the common policies. And also movement of freedom for the movement of goods means movement of goods means exchanging for goods and services. There is a freedom means freely they can transfer the goods and services from one country to another country. Which country have there is a freedom for movement of goods means only the participating countries. Those countries come together to form an union. Only the countries have a freedom for free exchange of goods and services. And also factors of production, and there is a external common policy. Every country has to follow the same common policy. Where economic union satisfies, when economic union satisfies means after the common market satisfies all the rules and conditions, all the conditions and rules, then only we can enter for the economic union. Means here there is a harmonization of economic policies. Each and economic policies also same. While compared to the common market, economic policies are different from one country to another country. But when come to this European Union, here the economic policies are also same for the participating countries. Next, there are some objectives of the economics union. Let's see here. The objectives of formation of economic union are as follows. First, to promote peace and the well-being of union citizens. First and foremost objective of economic union is to promote the peace. Means we have to maintain the peace. There is no distractions and there is no limitations. Means each and every country should be treated equal. So they are maintaining the peace. And also well-being of union citizens. They want to develop each and every country. They are not showing partiality. Means here the foremost objective is peace and unions of citizens. Well-being unions of citizens means each and every country will be treated equally. This is the first objective. And next objective, to have common policies on product regulation, freedom of movement of goods and services. While producing the good also there are the common policies, and exchanging of good also we have to follow the same policies. Who are in the participating countries, each and every country have to follow the same policies for production of the good, and also same policies for transferring the good from one country to another country. And next, to develop a common external trade policy. They want to develop a common external trade policy. Means whatever the 5 countries, those countries form together a trade bloc. These 5 countries have to follow the same policies. We can say that is common external policy. So every country has to follow these policies only. Next, to develop a common external trade policy. Next, to increase the economic efficiency and establish closer political and cultural ties between the member countries. And European Union want to not only for economic policy but also they want to increase the cultural and also political. Here only the economic policies are same of each and every country, but the political rules and the cultural rules are different. But European Union want to similar all the political and cultural rules. They want to tie a relationship between each and every country. Means each and every country want to maintain a same cultural rules and also same political rules. They are trying not the same, but this is also one of the objective of European Union. To increase the economic efficiency and establishment. For what reason? To increase the economic efficiency means every country want to increase their growth and every country wants to increase their revenue. For that reason, the European Union are trying to increase the political and cultural. Means each and every country has to follow the same political rules and cultural rules. For that we can exchange our goods very easily. Means this is also one of the object of European Union. To increase the economic efficiency and establish a closer political and cultural ties between the member countries. Next, to achieve some degree of harmonization of economic policies such as monetary policy and fiscal policy, etc. Means to achieve some degree of harmonization. Harmonization means equal. Means each and every country have to follow the equal rules of economic policies. What are the economic policies? They are monetary policy and fiscal policy. Monetary policy means based on our money, and physical policy means based on our trade. Means exchange of goods and services. These rules and restrictions are formed in fiscal policy, and according to the money policy is in monetary policy. So these European Union want to harmonize, means want to equal to all the member countries have to maintain the economic policies. They are monetary policy and fiscal policy. These are the objectives of the European Union. What are the objectives? The first and foremost objective is to maintain peace and to treat each and every country should be equal. Means well-being union citizens. Means each and every country should be treat equal. There is no partiality. Means if there is any revenue receiving from other countries, each and every country have to be distributed equally. And next, to have a common policies and product regulation while producing the goods. Also, each and every member country have to follow the same rules and regulations. And also, when the movement of goods means when the exchanging of goods and services, also we have to maintain common policies. And next policy is to develop a common external trade policy. These European Union have to form a trade external policy, means each and every country have to follow these policies. Next, to increase the economic efficiency and establishment closer political and cultural ties. These European Union tries to maintain the closer relationship of cultural and political, means these member countries, suppose we are taking five countries to form a trade bloc, these 5 countries have to follow the same political rules and cultural rules they are trying. So this is also one of the objective of the European. Next, to achieve some degree of equalization of these 5 countries, they want to equalize the economic policies. What are the economic policies? That is monetary policy and fiscal policy, means to maintain equalization of these all countries, they have to follow equal monetary policy and fiscal policy. These are the characteristics of the European Union. Up to now we discussed what is an European Union, what are the objectives. Now we are discussing what are the characteristics of the European Union. There are the some other characteristics of European Union. Let's see here. All the member countries abolished all the restrictions on trade among themselves or changed law rates of tariffs. First characteristic is all the member countries, those who are forming a trade bloc, all the member countries abolish all the restrictions. Abolish means removed. Removing all the restrictions means when the exchange of goods and services, each country has to pay taxes to the government. So here in European Union we are not able to pay tax because we are forming a common group, means all countries are belonging to a one country. For that reason we are unable to pay any taxes. And among themselves and charge low rates of tariffs, means complete abolition of taxes, or we have to pay low rate of taxes, means minimum 1% of taxes we have to pay based on our country regulations. So the first characteristic is when those countries who form trade bloc for exchanging of goods and services, there is a freedom, like these countries are unable to pay taxes, means we are unable to pay taxes or we have to pay very low taxes. This we can say it is one of the advantage. Because of low payment of taxes, our product will get at very reasonable prices, then our country will enjoy these advantages. So it is one of the characteristic. Next, they adopt a uniform commercial policy of business with regard to trade with non-member countries, means when comparing to the member countries or non-member countries, these member countries have to make a commercial policy, means while exchanging of goods and services they make a commercial policy, while they are dealing with other members there is a different commercial policy. Means commercial policy means when exchanging of goods and services we charge some taxes, but these taxes is very less in member countries when compared to the non-member countries. So they form a commercial policy for exchanging of goods and services for member countries and non-member countries. They adopt a uniform commercial policy. Uniform means these 5 countries have to follow the same commercial policy of business with regard to the trade with non-member. When compared to the member countries, non-member countries, there is a difference between the member countries and non-member countries. Member countries have to pay very low taxes when compared to the non-member countries. They allow free movement of human resources and capital among the member countries, and there is one of the advantages also, not only the goods and services, they can transfer the human, means labor, we can transfer the people, and also we can transfer the capital, means if one country is suffering from capital, so we have to transfer the capital. One country is suffering from labor, so we have to transfer the labor. Here not only the goods and services, we can transfer the labor and capital also. Next, to achieve uniform in economic policies such as monetary policy, fiscal policy, etc. among the member countries. Already we discussed in objectives. To achieve uniformity means we have to maintain the uniformity in all the member countries. So we are regulating the economic policies, that are monetary policy and fiscal policy. Next, they establish a closer political and cultural ties among the member countries, and these European Union want to ties the relationship between all member countries have to follow the same political rules and also cultural rules. Each and every country has different in political and also cultural rules, but European Union tries to make the relationship between each and every country has to follow the same political rules and same cultural rules. and it is an establishment through trade pact between the member countries. Means there is a relation. While the European Union is established, means it established they want to maintain a good relationship with other countries, and also they want to increase their revenue. Those who are underdeveloped countries are developing countries. They want to increase the revenue. For that reason, the trade European is established. And these are all the characteristics of the European Union. What are the characteristics? The first and foremost characteristic is abolition. Means there is a restrictions for the payment of tax, and we are unable to pay tax, or we have to pay minimum amount of the tax. And next, they adopt the commercial policy between member countries and non-member countries. In member countries, we have to pay low tax when compared to the non-member countries. And next, they not only transferring the goods and services, and also they transfer the people and capital also. We can transfer when any country is very low in capital, we can transfer capital, and when any country is low in people, that is labor, we can transfer labor also. And for achieving the uniformity, the European Union harmonizes all the economic policies. What are the economic policies? Physical policy and monetary policy. So for maintaining the peace, so each and every country have to be follow the same policies. And also they want to create a good relationship between other countries. We have to maintain equal rules and regulations through political and also cultural ties. It is an establishment through trade between member countries, and it also want to increase the establishment between the trade to member countries. Means European Union want to create a good relationship with other countries for increasing the trade. Trade means exchanging of goods and services. These are all the characteristics of the European Union. Almost the objectives and characteristics are same. Let's see here some of the European Union states. We have number of European Union states such as Belgium, Luxembourg Economic Union, Eurasian Economic Union, Benelux Union, etc. Every economic and monetary union includes on economic union. Means every economic and monetary union. In the next class we discuss what is the economic and monetary union. For every this we include economic union. When an economic union involves unifying currency, because an economic and monetary union means it involves there is a unifying currency. Means when exchanging of goods and services we have to pay currency, but in European Union there is a common currency, that is a euro currency. For exchanging of goods we have to pay money in the form of euro currency only. This is the complete overview about the European Union. I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt, let me know. I definitely clarify your doubts. Thank you so much.